her like, what the hell is going on? Girl, it is Tuesday. But not only that, on the screen when the show started, did y'all notice it said Wednesday morning show? So I got to do better if I'm going to go impromptu live. But I am Malik Prosser. I see you. Good morning. Good morning. But I'm glad I followed my instinct because y'all are here and I have a cup of coffee in my hand. Do we have any people that are not morning people like me? I can be up. That doesn't mean I want to be bothered. Anybody else? Any people that is going to take you a minute when we think about when we think about the morning time. But listen, I wanted to come on, and y'all know we love talking corporate America. We always give great information. So listen, don't get yourself in trouble, honey. If you are in a cubicle and you know your coworker likes to ear hustle, watch what you say, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat or run to the stairwell. I used to do that a long time ago in corporate America, y'all, when we would have to be on site shit. I'm like, you know what? Let me go run to the stairwell to take my calls. And I would utilize that stairwell and get on that phone and talk so much shit until I heard the door open. And then, okay, let me call you back to my friends. So make sure if you are in a cubicle, honey, don't get jammed up. Make sure you use the chat. Make sure you use the chat because I don't need nobody getting written up or pulled into HR this morning. You hear me? Listen. Deborah Johnson says she's up, but she is not a morning person. That's okay. We're going to get you started and on your way. I want y'all to make sure you got a good cup of coffee or hot tea in your hands because we just going to talk, y'all. We're going to keep it real. And if you in traffic, let me hear you blow the horn. All right. We got some people. All right. I appreciate y'all pulling up. We got people in traffic tuning in. So listen, I want to talk about. Thank you, Linda Gamble. I see. She says 191 likes and 396 in the chat. Listen, um, if this conversation serves you well, make sure you show a like and or appreciation if you feel compelled to, okay? IPV says, yes, I'm okay in the morning, but don't say a word to me before my coffee and no chatting for the first hour. I know that's right. I like peace and quiet. And I also like to hear the birds singing. Y'all, is that basic? Is that basic behavior? Just loving to hear the birds sing. Yeah, I love to hear the birds singing in the morning. Y'all, nature does so much for you. If you haven't gotten outside, if you live in an apartment, I don't give a damn. Enjoy your patio. If you got a house, enjoy your back porch. If you at work and you can step out for a second, go ahead and excuse yourself like you're going to the ladies' room or to the men's room and get outside and hear the birds sing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Nature does wonders for your mental health. Nature does wonders for your moods. And I don't think we talk about that enough. I don't think we say that enough here in the Black community. Get outside sometimes, sit by yourself, hell, and just tune in to what God is trying to tell you. But what God tried to tell me is, you know what? Pause yesterday. Because, baby, I was coming. Y'all remember I had a live schedule yesterday. And today I want to talk about the safety and the pause, but I also want to talk about who you with. There's a song, Who You With, Who You With, Who You With, Get Crunk, Who You With. Because who you with can make you or break you, your inner circle, your tribe. So let's talk about the safety and the pause first. So yesterday, something was brought to my attention. And y'all know what I'm talking about, where this person sent a subliminal post to me, right? And I'm a family person, always have been, raised with a lot of men, a lot of strong men in my family, a lot of men. Always felt protected as a little girl and as a woman. Never knew any fear. Never knew any fear. My mom's never instilled any fears in me. My brothers, my cousins, my dad, my grandpa. A lot of men in our family, a lot of handsome men. Most of them stand over 6 feet. What is it? 6'5" tall, right? That's where I get my height from. I'm 5'8". And so I've never really known any fear because I've just been raised as just, I don't know. And that's why I think I'm able to push through on a lot of projects because my mom and my brothers have never told me I can or cannot do something. As a girl, you know how that is. Sometimes coming up, you can't do this because you're a girl. You can't do this because it is. So I went into let's go mode. Let's go. And I scheduled a live, y'all, and I was ready. And God said, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm going." He said, You gonna sit down and you gonna take your own advice and you gonna pause. I'm telling y'all, listen to me very closely. I'm gonna give you something that's gonna change your life. And it's gonna be until you get used to it, it's like working out, right? Exercising those mental muscles. There is safety in the freaking pause. If you can learn to pause, it's gonna save you. It's gonna give you a better outlook. It's gonna help you be a little bit more strategic and less emotional. It is going to check you for what you are. You're gonna learn a lot about yourself if you're immature, if you're undeveloped emotionally, in the pause. If you find yourself fighting the pause and making excuses why you need to push through the pause, you got a lot of work to do. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Come on now. Regina Phillips says, "Me too, surrounded around a lot of men, and they don't play when it comes to me, even women." Yes, yes. We're going to talk about who you with. Who you with. Absolutely. Inez Martin says, "Child, I was wondering what happened, but thank God for the pause." Yeah, the pause. There's safety in the pause. But we talking about the pause will expose you to you. I swear. See, because often what goes on in the world or what you feel like is coming at you has nothing to do with you. But what does tell you a lot about yourself is how you respond to the principalities that you are up against. Chef Don Don says, "You are so right. That's been my portion for the last week or so. Pause and pivot. Good morning, Queen and Palace. Listen, pause, 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 or you will regret some shit that you cannot change. The pause is there for your safety. It's a time out. And if you find yourself pushing through the pause, making excuses, well, I need to. And if who you with, get crunk, who you with, go ahead, egging you on to ignore the pause, them ain't your people. If they rushing you to that cliff to jump, them ain't your people. Now, I didn't drop the link in the chat if anybody want to come up and talk about the pause. Think twice before you speak and or behave, because that pause will tell you a lot about you. That pause will tell you, damn, I'm emotional. Damn, I'm easily triggered. Damn, I shouldn't be on YouTube. Damn, I respond to every fucking thing. Damn, I like to argue. Damn, I'm toxic. Or damn, I have healed. Damn, many years ago, I would have whooped your ass or sent somebody. But you know what? Thank God for goodness and mercy. Or thank God. Oh, Lord, I'm proud of me because I would have behaved this. I'm just talking about the pause, right? It'll show you a lot about where you are versus where you think you are. So when all else fails, I'm telling you to pause. Pause at work, pause before you hit send, pause before you post stuff, pause, 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 because the same thing that makes you laugh will also make you cry later. One thing I learned a long time ago, this guy taught me. Man, this dude, I used to be a flight attendant. I sure was. I was an international flight attendant. Now, in order to be a flight attendant and or a pilot, especially internationally, you have to go through an extensive federal background check. Extensive federal background check. So, honey, if you've seen something on my record, you ain't seen nothing that they ain't seen. You get what I'm saying? Extensive federal background check. And I was a flight attendant for over 12 years. Straight out of college, I told myself I'm only going to fly 1 year. I graduated college early. Biggest mistake of my life. I would never. Biggest mistake of my life because I was so immature and I was out there with grown ass men and women, undeveloped emotionally, spiritually, easily triggered, but flying all over the world and had to learn a lot about getting along with other people, not needing to have the last word. It really developed me. And it took years and years and years because I was extremely stubborn. How many people can relate? Because I know some of y'all are stubborn. I know some of y'all are, don't lie now. I hope I'm saying, Andre Wilson says, Queen, you were so right. I really had to work with myself to get to that point, and you still do. It's forever going. So, anywho, I made some really good friends, long lasting friends. And there was this dude, he was Italian. Y'all, we became really good friends. His name was, well, I'm not going to say his name. So he starts telling me about this girl that he was dating. And I was so excited for him. I was so excited for him. And then one time I saw him in the airport and I said, "Hey, how's it going with you and the girl?" He said, I broke up with her." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, she was too clingy." I said, "Oh, for real? Like what?" "Yeah, man, she would call me all the time. She would want to hang out and just, I said, "Okay." And I left it there. I saw him again. This time he didn't have that pep in his step. He didn't have that same fire the first time. And then I said, like, I saw him a couple of weeks later. I was like, "Hey, what's up with the da, da, da?" He said, "Man, I made a big mistake." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because although I planned to break up with her, what I could not plan was her reaction to me." I'm going to let that sit. He said, "I had control over the breakup, but I didn't have control over the response." And often when you plan shit against people, you can't control the response and or the outcome. The only control that you have is what you do. And then God and or the universe takes it from there, or that person takes it from there. Other than that, you have no more control, which is why the pause is so important. Let me pause. I really hope that didn't go over y'all head. It's a little bit deeper than that, Mixie. He wasn't into her. She dodged a bully. No, 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 no. They ended up getting married. Let me finish. But I really want y'all to hear what he discovered. See, he couldn't control the agony that he felt after she responded. See, she had a good head about herself as a woman. See, he was feeling himself. Got pumped up from getting a little bit of attention, got pumped up for getting a little bit of love. See, some people ain't never had this amount of attention before. And if you're not careful, you can take something good and make it real messy. So he decided at some point, because she was healthy and loving him and responding to him in the right way, "Oh, I don't want to be with her." And when he told her that, she immediately closed off access to herself. He had no more access. See, he didn't anticipate the heartache that came with his words and opening his mouth. He didn't anticipate the midnight hour and all of that. And that shit made him so uncomfortable that he went back begging for forgiveness. This isn't about a breakup. I'm just using the breakup as an example. This is about what you can and cannot control. You cannot control people's responses to you. That's why there is safety in the pause. You cannot control the adverse effect, the cause, the effect. Always pause, even when you think you're right. All right, Wednesday Talk. I see you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Misdiagnosis. I think I saw you way at the top. Good morning. Trending at some point. Uppity. Good morning. And any other content. Oh, Chef Don Don. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Don't be so lofty. You get it? Don't be so lofty in your behavior that you feel like you're exempt from the response that comes your way. I talked to somebody a couple of weeks ago about some things that she experienced, that she experienced. And she kept trying over and over and over and over. And it wasn't working. And I said, pause, check your intentions. What is your intention? And this person came back and said, "You show right. Ah, damn. What's happening to me right now is my karma for whatever I did before. However, we cannot control which pipeline and or portal karma comes through." But she was savvy enough to pause to start to assess what the hell is going on in my life. Why am I attracting this negativity? Oh, because I did some shit a couple of months ago. And although it wasn't to this person, it was to that person. And now that I'm looking at it, this is my karma. And it doesn't necessarily come by way of the person that you wished harm against. We can't control it. We can't control the response. There is safety in the pause. Be very careful how you move. And I had to follow my own advice because last night I had to yank down that damn live. Let me tell y'all why. Oh, honey, I am not exempt from the wrath because my intention was wrong. My intention was wrong. My intention was dark. And I would have annihilated. And you always leave your opponent with an ounce of dignity. And I would have been wrong in my response. I would have been so wrong. Now, I was trying to talk myself into saying I was right, but the shit was wrong. My whole agenda was wrong. And I had to check myself. Because, see, I am still responsible. You are still responsible. When you know better, you better do better. You better not make no excuses for doing wrong when you know better. Now, let's shift to who you with. Your tribe. You remember our grandma used to say, birds of a feather flock together. And I don't think we really understand what the hell that means. Let me pause though. Let me drop the link in case somebody want to come up. And if you really feeling what I'm talking about, I want to open the lines. Birds of a feather flock together. We hear it all the time. It sounds so damn cliche. Dr. Melody Cherie, thank you for dropping by and joining our morning show. I see everybody. Yes, we appreciate you swinging by, Queen. I feel like, okay, I'm glad I did this impromptu live. A lot of you are really, I hope I am getting your workday started. I hope I am getting you like headed in the right direction with a little bit of positivity. You know what I'm saying? And then I want to shift to who you with. Who you with. And you could tell if people love you, if people are simply entertained by you, by the behavior that they endorse and by the behaviors that they watch you go out and destroy yourself. And I'm not talking about, oh, don't do that. I'm talking about some hardcore ass, hey, listen, now you know you're wrong. I can't support that. At this point, you're going a little too far. You're starting to look a little weird and crazy and stalkerish or whatever it is. Or you starting to look a little bitchy or negative, whatever your friends say to you, right? If your friends ain't, and some of them don't talk like that. One time, my best friend, who's a guy, everybody knows that, did some foul stuff. Not foul, but you know what? Like, I was like, that's foul. And if I was that person, I would never talk to you again. And that's how we talk to each other. I don't know how y'all talk to each other, but that's how me and my tribe talk to each other. We pray for each other. I have my legal experts. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but you need to pause because now you getting dirty. You rolling in the mud. And I really want to lean in and talk about who you with. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's like candy. I have a priority panelist. Welcome. It's like candy.
Hey, Queen Shiba. I mean, you are speaking a word right now, and I'm gonna tell you what, real quick, when I didn't pause and how I'm paying for it
Okay.
today. Um, it's May 2012. It's graduation time. I'm graduating from nursing school. I was the president of my class, and it was very a lot of competition amongst all of us to get a job. I had like 8 offers, and a couple of the other girls didn't have offers because they didn't have any extracurricular activities on their resume to stand out. We're all graduate nurses. We all still waiting to take the boards, so we all kind of look the same. So what set you apart? And they were bombing interviews, and so I got a residency at a real prestigious little pediatric hospital up here, and I was the only BLACK. And this young lady, she was Caucasian. She had studied with me and my study partner, who was also Caucasian, every now and then. And so I knew her in passing. And so she made this comment to me, and she said, she probably only got that because she's black and she's the president. And this is where my mistake happened. I didn't pause. I didn't pause. I was at Gloria's. It's a little restaurant. I had two or three drinks in me, and I texted her how I felt. You tramp. Da, 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 da. I went off. Remember, I said I was the president of my nursing class,
Mm,
but I messed up because, see, she verbally was saying something out of line, but I had no proof. So I lost my ability to speak at graduation,
mm.
and I thank you. I had a verbal warning, not a verbal. I think I had a verbal warning placed on my academic conduct with the college. They said, I know she may have said that to you, but we can't prove it. And I was about to walk, so I just took the L. I didn't fight it because she turned my text message in, and I was wrong. And so um, it's impacting because they said if you it only the only person that will care, or the only type of colleges that will care about this little mark, is law school. And I told you all I start in the fall, so I had to explain something that happened 12 years ago. I had to write this long additional paper to explain my character and give an additional personal statement of that you know deed that I did. And yes, I wish I would have met you then, because I wish somebody would have taken my phone, and I paused. You know what I mean?
Girl,
So
how long ago was
I
it?
can relate. You said,
Because look, I didn't scrap before shit. Let me tell you why I know about the pause. Girl, because I used to throw hands. You hear me? Which is why I can speak to both sides of the fence. So I most certainly understand, right? The safety in the pause. Like, baby, I would be like, what? Let's go. And that's where y'all can pick up a little bit of that fire with me. You know what I'm saying? But I want it to be better for me, if that makes any sense. And that's why I can speak to the safety in a pause. So I can relate. It's like Candy. Now, I don't know if I could have helped you then, because it took me some time. It took me some time, but baby, here we are. Listen, a 41 Fit priority panelist. Welcome. Deborah, you're next. And then Kim Green.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay, Queen?
Yes, barely though. You sound very low.
Uh-oh. Let me take this AirPod out. One moment.
Okay, take your time.
Okay, I am here. Good morning, Queen. Listen, this is
Good
so
morning.
on point, so on point. So, a couple things. I heard once a really powerful woman of God said, "We are the sum total of our thoughts." Right? And when we possess those things that are just not good, and the Bible also says, I'm trying not to take us to church, but the Bible also says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. The Bible also talks about how the heart can be wicked. Who could know it? And we know when our intentions, our thoughts are not in the right place. No matter what you believe, we always know there's something deep down in our sha-na-na that tells us when something is right and wrong. So I would say, Queen, that was such a powerful move in taking that live down. Now, would I have twerked in the chat? Yes. Yes, ma'am. I would have prayed about it later. But I would have, of course, been out there helping to support you and things of that sort. But there is power in the pause, because when we allow bad intentions to come out of our mouth, we actually sow seeds of deceit, and we actually give the enemy power. So I just want to thank you for saying what you said, because, we all need that time where we need for peace to be still, so that we can actually gather our thoughts and really reconcile what's the difference between the good and the evil that goes on, because we are queens. We are not supposed to cast our pearls to swine. We are supposed to be walking in our true callings and the things that we're supposed to do, but we can't do that when we down in the dirt. Now I understand that sometimes we got to roll up our sleeves and get, and do what we have to do, that hard work, but that doesn't require us to always be in that place. Right. So shout out to you, Queen. Shout out to all the people who are actually walking in that pause. Shout out to Dr. Mel as she's walking in that peace as well. There's where there's peace, there's joy, and there's a greater understanding of what our calling is. And that's all that I have. Good morning and God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you for such a good word. They are amening you in the chat, honey. I told y'all we're going to get y'all started for your work day, for real, with a heavy dose of positivity. And let me tell you something, good old people that's tuned in, you deserve it. You deserve it. A good old dose of positivity. You deserve it. And thank you, 41 Fit, because y'all, what I was reminded of yesterday is that we did all that goodness on Saturday. We were able to bless Carla, raise over $3,000 for somebody in need that called into. I said what I said, wasn't even looking for money, just looking for a ray of sunshine. She didn't come asking for anything. She came bearing gifts by way of compliments and saying that show was the light in her day. And God led us to do a good thing for somebody in need. She never asked for one penny. Let me make it clear. And when I wanted to go live, God said, you're about to dirty up everything that Dr. Melody Cherie was able to do, that the palace was able to do, that you were able to do, that other men came out the bushes to help you do. You're about to dirty all of that with some mess. Number one. Number two, I've given you over 50,000 subscribers. They don't deserve that. That's not what they come here for. And if you can't handle it, then I'll give it to somebody else. And I was like, ooh, okay. Deborah, welcome. What are your thoughts?
Good morning, Queen and everyone. First, I want to say I'm glad you paused because when I saw that live come up, I was like, oh, Lord, we get ready to. So I went on, I did go on over there and I put my little post under his post. I will say that. I was polite though. But anyway, what I want to say is I'm glad you stopped. I was hoping you did. Number one, you had just done that live with Melody. I believe it was before then, if I'm not mistaken. And she talked about how, when you asked her the question about how she felt about people lying on her. If I'm getting it wrong, correct me.
I
I
did.
think okay. So, and her response was, I guess it comes with maturity because sometimes we do pop off because the first thing is you want to defend yourself, or you think you need to, but you don't need to. Your platform, many people are envious of your platform. You not only have, little things we talk about like the shows, but it's so much bigger than that. So many people come to you because you have words of wisdom, things we can understand. You genuinely, I feel, you genuinely care about the community you have built. And so many people look up to you. So what I want to say to you and all the other content creators, I mean, I listen to several of you, and some of them are in the chat there. Um, don't let anybody knock you off your square, and don't be baited. Because some people put things out, they know what they're doing. They're trying to bait you. They want you to jump. You all have crowns. Don't let them knock it off. Adjust your crown and do your work. Don't worry about them. Your platforms are building for a reason. God has given you these platforms for a reason. I expect great things. I enjoy being here. I love being here. I haven't been very active in the chat because I've been out, child. I done started DoorDash and I'm paying off bills though. Almost there. I'm getting there, and then I'm gonna pay off my cruise. So yeah, I've
Yeah.
been working. But I just wanted to say I respect your platform. I respect the decision you made to pause. And then that's going to help somebody today who may be thinking about popping off on somebody. So this is
Yeah.
a good chat. So I want to say good morning to you guys. You all are awesome. I love it here. And I'm going to get back down here in the bushes and sit
All
back.
right.
All right, take care.
Look, stand guard in them
Uh-huh.
bushes. I love my bush guards.
Yes,
I
child. You
love my
look, I
bush
came out
guards.
the bush and went on over there. I did. And I don't usually go say anything, but I'm like, okay, not today though. I'm going on over there. But anyway, I'm glad you paused. That made us pause. So we're good. We're
Absolutely.
good over here. All right. All right.
Absolutely.
Take care. All right. Bye bye.
And And I have my list in front of me for my priority panelist. Give me 1 second. K Journey, Gigi, are y'all priority? I can look, but I'm going down the list. If you are a priority panelist, I don't think so. Let me double check real quick. Hold on, because I want to make sure. Okay, let's go. Kim Green, you're up next.
Good morning, my beautiful queen. How are you?
Good morning. I am great. Thank you for asking.
Yes, I just want to speak on a minute of my tongue and our tongues, how it'll just cut somebody. Because I had just, said I'm praying for you, queen, on the last line. But when God told me, said, you can't pray for her and cuss that person out, King. He had to let me just hold my tongue and be peaceful and do not comment under him. And I said, if you praying, you really have to be praying for a person. You can't just say, I'm gonna pray for you and then don't do it because it will hit you. So I constantly praise for you. I'm not gonna say I was disappointed because I'm the queen of my tongue slick. So I have to ask him daily on a daily, 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 daily. Don't let me speak anything that's not from you. Because we are purpose women over here on this channel. We're queens over here and kings over here on this channel. And never forget that we're promised trials and tribulations. It's up to us what we're going to do with it. So you chose the right choice of what you did. If he told you to speak, then you spoke, but you know if he told you to speak or if your tongue was slick or not. But I thank God that I was wise enough not to go and just tarnish myself because it was going to be a whole lot of stuff going down. But I know that we have purpose over here on this channel, that we're peaceful. We help people. We had just did this for this lady. You had just did all of that. So when the devil finds your house clean and swept, how many more he's sending up in there? You are going to different levels, and he's trying to stop you from doing that, including that other person. He doesn't know that that enemy is working through him. I don't think he knows it. So the hardest thing for me is to pray for my enemy. And I had to pray for him and say, let him go on, Lord. Don't kill him. Just let him go on and give him the right mindset. Because that's over there. He ain't over here. And don't you ever step up off your don't you step off your square no more because we get knocked down a step. But we got 3 steps that we done already went up. So we got 2 more to go. I do. I can go
Yeah,
all the way to the gutter. So I just choose to just stand firm. And I'm gonna always say that. I'm gonna always be peaceful because I will go to other constant, creators that, I'm with, a couple of them on here now. And I would say, I'm going over here cussing and stuff on these other platforms and I go to the queens, and say that. God said, nope. You're going to shut up and you're going to give words of encouragement. And when things are going wrong, we're going to stand in the fight to help Dr. Melanie and our Queen Sheba. We're not stepping off none of our squares. We're going to stay firm on that. And that will beat the devil. And I love you. You stay blessed. And I'm going to continue to say you're going in the right direction, Queen.
I receive it. Thank you,
All
Kim.
right. All right.
All right, mic check for now and later Mango. It's your first time up here.
Yes, it is. Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yes, thank you for allowing me to come up into the palace. My issue is not knowing when to pause. I heard, this was last week this happened to me. I heard God tell me, don't go. I got a text from a warehouse where they sell things from Costco, Sam's Club, and BJ's. They sell it to you half price when everybody sends it to them. So I heard him say, "Don't go. You're trying to get your bills right. Don't go." And I said, "Okay, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go." But in the meantime, I'm in the bathroom and I'm washing my face and brushing my teeth because I'm trying to get out of here. Like I'm trying to slide past him so he won't see me. And I get into my car, rush out the garage, hit the garage door. It cost me $337 to get that garage door fixed when I should have paused because I heard him talking to me. I heard him say, don't go, don't go. But because I am stubborn and I'm a Scorpio also, I did not pause. So it cost me some money because of me not pausing. So I thank God for the set that He put into my head. And it taught me a lesson. It really has. So I am going to learn. I not just going to learn, I'm going to pause when I'm
Mhm.
supposed to pause. So I thank you for allowing me to come up on the palace. Everyone have a blessed day. Thank you for letting me up.
And thank you for sharing. Now and later, man go, damn, you could have spent that. If you would have paused and went later, you could have
Yes.
spent that money later. But that's okay because you learned, right?
Yes.
Thank you for coming up, Queen. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Gigi, welcome. You have the floor.
Good morning, beautiful queen.
Good
Can you hear me?
morning.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Um,
Hmm.
First of all, I wanted to tell you the victory is yours. It's all yours. But I just wanted to say this. Last week, I think I was listening to you, or I don't know who I was listening to at that point, but God dropped something in my spirit that I'm going to share with you. He said, Gail, be careful of your actions because you don't know what the reactions are going to be. So when you're saying pause, I just wanted to say, whenever we, and it seems like that's what you did as well, because whatever happened is I didn't hear it yesterday. But I just want to say, actions always cause a reaction. So we need to make sure of what our actions are and can so that we can handle the reaction. But that's all I wanted to say.
And I received that. And that's why it's so important to look around you and see who's edifying you, what they're feeding you, what type of medicine are they pumping through the blood in your veins.
Yeah.
And if it's raw, raw, raw when you going down the wrong exit and you're about to have a head-on collision, them people don't give a damn about you. And I'm for real. And I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit, but I receive everything you say, Gigi. And thank you for confirming that I made the right decision.
Okay. Have an awesome day today.
You too. Thank you. K Journey, you have the floor. Welcome.
Hello, my love. How are you? Good
I
morning.
am good. You sound good, girl.
Yes, I'm a morning person, and non-morning people normally hate me, but it's okay. um, Queen Sheba, you just have something about your spirit where you can minister where it's not so obvious, and you can connect to people no matter where they are. It's a beautiful thing. Like even the people that come up on your panel, the things they say, it's because of that. Your spirit is it's attracting that. That's God still speaking to you. You are so like I don't. Let me give you an example. My son got up in the middle of the night and decided he wanted to play his PS5 last night. So what did he do? He went to school today and he fell asleep at school. They ain't called me yesterday because he did the same thing the other day. I'm thinking he sleeps. You know that boy was up playing a PS5. I had to go pick him up from school. And when I tell you I was livid, I was livid. I was ready to let my baby have it all. Like what's going on with you? What's happening? Da da da. But I said, you know what? Pause, Keith. And here I am on the way back, and your thing come on, and you talking about pausing. I had to pause and realize I'm a single parent because his dad's not in the home. But God said no, call his daddy. I said I'm about to call your daddy on you. I picked up my Bluetooth headset, put it on his head, called his father. I said, talk to him. He goes, oh, what did he do? I said, you better talk to him. So I had to pause because in that moment, the tongue I would have had for my baby wouldn't have been a good look. And then here you are. Here you are ministering to someone you've never known before. Ministering when you didn't even know that you were ministering. You know, so you better than the folks down at the church house. You are a living and working example of how gracious and how good God is. Another example, for the past year, the higher up you go in corporate America, the worse it gets, right? From your own kind and from other people. And people think that it's power in numbers and they signal you out when you're happy go lucky, right? You see how loud and obnoxious I am in the morning. It's not really obnoxious. I'm just loud. Let's get this engine rolling because attitude and energy is contagious. And if I don't come in and I don't speak, people go, "What's wrong, Kiki?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing. I'm good." But they begin to pick at that. They pick at that. Mind you, they need that energy that I'm giving out because again, it's contagious, right? They start to pick at it, and when you fall back and you have to adjust because you want to consider other people, the consider me logic, they start to just attack more because it's something about your spirit that irritates them. And again, I had to pause on that because I was ready to go. Oh, you don't realize I'm really, really happy. I'm a whole Pisces, but it's a whole demon inside of me as well that I fight day to day, that I'm exercising day to day. But I had to pause and sit back and let God do what He's doing and he's doing a whole lot to remedy the situation because there was some malicious intent. And here you go again today, talking to me about pausing. You have ministered me throughout this whole process over this last year and a half. So I need you to know God has some equity in you. He has some additional stock in you. I don't. He put he put a certain kind of seed in you. What's that tree you normally see down in Savannah and down in Augusta, Georgia? You know those trees that look so willowy? They're very pretty and haunting at the same time. That type of tree that don't move. Like you can chop it down, but you can't get rid of that stump and those roots that's in the ground. They're still active and living. He put that kind of seed in you, and that's what you're standing on. Like you're unmovable, you're unwavering, and it's just you just attract so many different people. You know what I mean? And you have ministered to me. Your audience has ministered to me because everything that needs to be said has hit me at a certain point. So I thank you for cultivating the seed God put in me. Can't nobody pull you off your square, but you're absolutely right. Sometimes you have to pause. And when he tells you to speak, you speak. And that's the way I show up on your panels. When God tells me, hey, can you pause enough? Go up there on her panel real quick. I hop up on your panel. There's and I can't say it enough. And I'm not saying that God has specials, but he just has certain people. Only the strong bear the scars of the righteous. And you one of those people. I'm not sure how much you've heard it throughout your life, but you are special. You're special.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you
That was
are
very
really, really
kind of
special.
you.
You're welcome. And I just want to come up here and say that keep doing you, keep being that magnet. And yes, that magnet is going to have some, may attract some bad seeds, but they're there for a reason because God's trying to call something out of them so he can go ahead and replant. He can go ahead and turn over that soil to plant a new seed. So just keep doing you, boo boo.
Thank you. I received that. And thank you for coming up and just sharing a good word for all of us. We appreciate you. And
You're
love,
welcome. Mhm.
a little bit of love and grace goes a long way with your son.
Baby, yes. Give the grace you want to receive because there's going to be times in his teenage years that he's not going to like me, and I don't want him abandon me like these other kids are doing on TikTok. I had to, I love my baby, right? But it's like I was like, what are you, what? I
Yeah,
get so dumbfounded, like what is going on?
he
But yeah,
got it
absolutely,
though.
yes, yes, he does. Thank you, Queen Sheba. I appreciate you, boo.
No problem, and you have a good day.
You too.
It's so funny, y'all. She said that about the word. I grew up in the church, no, and just listen. Grew up in the church, honey. They had me in the choir. Y'all, they had me in the choir at such an early age, and I remember many years ago. I was probably about, I'm gonna say about 11. A prophet came to the church. You know how they be speaking over people. That man came up to me and told me I was gonna marry a preacher. Let me tell you something. I started crying in the church immediately, and they put the microphone to my mouth. Listen, this is how bold I've been ever since I was a child. They said, why are you crying? I said, because I don't want to marry a preacher because I'm going to have to be in church all day. And I've always stayed away from preachers ever since then. And with that being said, welcome to the stage. Chit Chat with QT. You have the floor.
Good morning, Queen. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, you sound beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm on a different app, but I want to say this first to you, Queen. We admire you. A lot of us do. Whether you know it or not, you have led by example right here on YouTube, and you've touched so many people. Similar to, if I must say, male. I get wanting to pop off. And I'm so grateful for what you said at the start of this live, the safety in the pause. Sometimes it's needed, you know. I'm gonna skip over what I was gonna say, but I want to say this real quickly. I mentioned yesterday in a video, I was doxxed. They
Hmm.
tried to. A couple weeks ago, it was on a Saturday. I would have to go back. So not this Saturday, but the previous Saturday. Somebody dropped in my comments. They put key identifiable information, cities, and also a family member's name. And they
Hmm.
posed a question to me and they wanted me to answer that question. I didn't. So I want to say to everyone that's listening, subscribers and content creators, for me, if you're under, especially subscribers, if you are under your government name, I would say just change it to something cute, because that's the start of people getting your information. But Queen Sheba, there is a clear agenda. I peeped it, and I'm sure a lot of people have. And the agenda is to paint us in a light of hatred, which is crazy to me. A lot of us are passionate about what we've seen on the show when it comes to male and off the show. And a lot of us have spoken out about that. They want to shut that down. So much so, I've had subscribers to reach out to me in fear of being doxxed or in fear of sharing information with certain people and hoping they're not doxxed. And it made me want to try to slow it down when it comes to open panels. But I had to take a step back because we won't be silenced. We won't be censored. I just want to streamline it because there are keywords that's being thrown out here. Extremists, hate groups, this or that, which can then flag YouTube. But I want to say to you, thank you so much for what you do in spite of, you may not even know how many people that you really, really touch, how many people that you admire. And yeah, sometimes we want to step down off of that throne. For me, I don't care what you look up, pull up. I'm just going to say that. But other than that, we got to keep it cute. So I appreciate you. And I just wanted to let you know that this morning. So shout out to you. Shout out to the palace. Shout out to Queen Dr. Melody Cherie and
Yeah.
Dawn Michelle. So
Yes.
we
And
love you, Queen. Keep doing you.
absolutely. And thank you for coming up just to bless me. I was talking to a friend one day and I said, everybody needs to know, the strong people, that they're on the right path every now and
Hmm.
then and that they are
Hmm.
doing a good job. Many years ago, I ran child. I called myself signing up for a marathon, honey. Listen, and the marathoners and the half marathoners. So the
Hmm.
halfers, I think they run 13 miles. Y'all correct me if I'm 13.1 miles.
13 and full is 26. Yep.
Yes. Okay. So that first 13, baby, it was so many, as you run the course, because the race is mapped out. The
Hmm.
applause is thick. And you're
Hmm.
just operating on a high. At 13.1, no, maybe we was at 7 something. They
Hmm.
they turn around. And I remember asking a guy I was dating many years ago, I said, where they go? And he said, oh, those are the halfers. And baby, as
Mm.
we started to chart and track the path
Mm.
for the full marathon, the applause
Mm.
lessened. It was
Mm.
just every now and then you would have a group that would cheer us on. And
Yeah.
that's where you found out where you were made of,
Mm.
because
Mhm.
there was no
Mhm.
more applause. Now it
Mm.
came down to training, wherewithal, confidence, belief, and how strong your mind was. So every now and then, the strong ones need to know they're on the right path and they're doing a good job. So I appreciate you
Yes,
coming
ma'am.
up.
And the marathon continues.
Yes.
Okay. Have a blessed day, Queen, to
You
you in the
too.
palace. And thank you, Journey, for Jasmine. I see your comment. Thanks, Queen. Love you.
And have a beautiful day.
Thank you. You as well. Bye bye.
Okay. Malik Prosser, you have the floor.
Good morning, Queen. Good morning, chat.
Good morning.
I had to pause a few years ago when it came to my heart and my finances. You know, we all have those family members that, take advantage of your heart because you're a good person, you're a giving, caring person. Well, this happens to me when I was in the military before I retired, right? I had a family member after I came back from Afghanistan. And if you know anything about military soldiers, we get paid when we go over to any type of wartime situation. So my finances was okay. I was okay. My family member gave me all of these sad stories. I'm about to lose my house. I'm about to have my vehicle repossessed. This was one family member, not knowing that I was on a three-way call while another family member was listening, right? So I was like, okay, no questions asked. Give me your information. I'll have it transferred bank to bank wire. So this happened not one time, not two times, not three times, almost six times within 3 weeks.
Mhm.
My account, when I checked it in the state of Georgia, had depleted by almost $50,000 in
Damn.
less than 3 weeks, right? Dig this. I have 3 friends that I have known for almost 33, 34 years. They know me. They can look at my face and what's wrong by the way I walk. Why you walking like that? What's going on? Right? I keep my circle small. So I told my kid's godmother what happened. Well, let's just say it wasn't pretty, okay? After she got in my behind, unbeknownst to me, she called my mom and told my mom what happened because we've known each other 30 something years. So my family know her family. That's when you know you have a good friend. That's when you know you have a sister, when they know you and you know them and you know their family members, right? So calling my mom unbeknownst to me. My mom got in contact with both of the family members. And she said, I don't know what the hell y'all doing to my baby, but it's going to stop today.
Mm.
So about 2 years ago, I went home to my daddy's funeral, right? And so my mom was in there talking to me, and I was talking to her, and we was just trying to take care of all the executive, stuff that we needed to do. And she said, "Hey, I need you to go to the bank with me." And I said, "Okay, no problem." So I'm thinking that we're going to the bank so we can go ahead and take care of all the business that we needed to do for daddy. Unbeknownst to me, she gave me a routing number, and she said, "Do you have your driver's license?" And I said, "Yeah." And then she said, "Okay, I need you to go over here and I need you to talk to Miss Carol. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk to the lady up front that was taking care of all of the affairs for daddy." So I went to speak to Miss Carol. Miss Carol already knew I was coming because my mom had already given her the heads up that I was still in the state, right? I went to Miss Carol and I gave her my ID card. And I said, "To be honest, I really don't know why I'm here because I think I'm supposed to be over there with my mom because I'm the executor of my daddy's estate." And she said, "No, you're in the right place." And I said, "Oh, okay." So I'm thinking that, we were just taking care of two separate things, just get it over with real quick. Well, Miss Carol said, "Well, how do you want your money transferred? Do you want it transferred bank to bank wire, or do you want us to give you a cashier's check for 20,000 and the amount of 32,000 we can go ahead and transfer you back to your
Wow.
bank in Texas?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And then she said, "Your money." And I was like, "I don't have a bank here anymore. I transferred all of my money through Wells Fargo and Chase." Huh. Do you know that when my sister called my mom got in contact with her brother, the one that was taking advantage of me,
Mm.
and my aunt, the one that was taking advantage of me, and she went down to the courthouse and said, "If you don't give my daughter back her money, I am going to press charges on you." Well,
Wow.
that was the money. They had to give it back. It took them almost 3.5, 4 years to get all of it back. So I looked at my mom. She looked at me. Now we're in the bank on different sides of the bank. She's looking at me. I'm looking at her. And I'm like, "What's going on? What?" So after I decided, okay, I just want everything to be wired, right, back to Texas, I got in the car with my mom and I said, "How did you know? How did you know?" And she said, "Let me tell you something." She said, "Don't ever go a day in this lifetime of yours to think that I don't know any damn thing and everything that you do and every move that you make."
Mm.
She said, "I was just waiting for you to tell me, and you was taking too long."
Who you with? Who you
Okay.
with?
Okay.
You drunk. And your village will tell
Yes.
you your village is so important. The people that you are with.
Yes. 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 And it made it so hard for me to trust people moving forward with anything. You know, if you say you need this or whatever, I was always that type person. Okay, I got you. I got you. But now it's like, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Well, thank you for coming up to share your story. They're saying they love this. This is such positivity. Mixie Legend, Mixie,
Thank you.
I hope I'm saying it right. She's saying, I love this. This is just beautiful. People are saying amen and shout out to Mama Bear. So I am so glad that you shared. Thank you so much, Malik.
Thank you so much. Bye.
You have a beautiful morning.
You as well. Bye.
Okay. Wasn't that a beautiful story? Y'all? She said it took 3 years, but she eventually got her money back. And her mama had to step in and say, you it's taking you too damn long. I know that's right. And with that being said, I gotta give y'all some positive affirmation.
Money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me, comes to me, comes to me. Money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me, comes to me. Money.
Flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me. Y'all, I love that affirmation. It has stood the test of time and it has proven to be true tenfold. Cookie from the Shy coming in hot and heavy this morning. She has gifted 5 Queen Shiba Darling memberships. Oh, Cookie got that money comes to me. Congratulations to the lucky recipients of her tithes and offerings to the palace. Thank you, Cookie. We appreciate you. Barbara Brooks standing on business, y'all, early this morning with a 10-piece and a pepper. She says, good morning, Queen in the Palace. You are the best. And you are too. And we appreciate you coming through the palace, Barbara. 41 Fit with a 5-piece. She says, remember, Queen, God's mercy is still chasing you. Oh, all the days of your life. Hallelujah. Baby, that's an inside conversation. Thank you, 41 Fit. Yes. Vibrant Thing. Now, money comes to me. Was kind enough to gift 1 Queen Shiba Darling membership. Congratulations to the lucky recipients of her tithe and offerings. Jackie Johnson standing on business with a 10-piece super chat. We appreciate you, Queen. Look at C Rich. Woke up early. Just blessing us with a 50-piece super sticker. Didn't even say anything. And that's the way, I like it. Yes, Nisi 1908. Ooh, with a 25-piece. Geesh. Who is this caller and why is she telling all of my business? LOL. I know that's right. Sometimes we can just relate, honey. Nisi 1908 coming back. Y'all think she's an AKA, but we take their money too with a 10-piece and a pepper. She says, hallelujah. God is an awesome God. Yes, he is. I have to agree. Stacy Horton with that money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. And 5 of you are the lucky recipients of her tithe and offering. Congratulations to those of you that received a membership behind the wall. Cookie from the Shy, y'all, she got that strong money because she came back with a 20-piece and put it on a super sticker. We appreciate all of you coming and standing on business today. Y'all, I just wanted to drop in and bless your day, give you a little bit of positivity and talk about the safety and the pause and also check your circle. And when I say check your circle, that does not mean a verbal confrontation, but do some inventory and start watching and taking notes, mental notes, and say, do I even listen to them? Because, see, also, some of y'all around people that don't even respect you, that don't even take your advice, or if they do, it's for a second and they go back. You're in the wrong place. Your wisdom is not even being received. You're not even being respected for what you can pour into another person. That's on you, though. Do inventory of who you're around and what y'all are pouring into each other. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't hating on you just because they tell you not to do something. We got to get away from how they hate. No, they're not. Maybe they're trying to save you from your own demise, from the own desires of your heart. Advocate for Injustice, we appreciate you. Gifted 5 Queen Shiba Darling memberships. Congratulations to the lucky recipients of that. Journey to Jasmine, yes. Look, if you're going to be around me, I'm going to tell you, you need to chill. What them Karens be doing, you need to leave. You need to leave. I can be silly, y'all. You need to leave. I'm quick to tell you, you need to leave. You acting real foul. Leave that girl alone. Let her make it. Show her some grace. That's an unfair fight. You picking on people that you can easily beat. You see what I'm saying? You can't hang out with me and don't expect to get some of this good old wisdom because I expect it back. All right. So who you with? Too blessed for you says, Amen, Queen Sheba. Thank you for the mini nuggets this morning. Absolutely. And do something nice for yourself. Lavita says, sit back and observe your circle. Everyone isn't your friend. Mm-mm. Not if they letting you run amok in your own palace. Mm-mm. Journey to Jasmine, child. Welcome to the stage and good morning.
Good morning, Queen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. I am wonderful. It's been a good day already. And then to come into this conversation when I did, because I missed the beginning. I had my alarm set and everything, but me and my mom got on the phone and just got to talking, and it was great. And then to come in the palace and kind of have a continuation of that conversation, I'm just like, I love alignment. And the fact that, you always say that there's power in the pause, and you chose to utilize your own information and remain on your throne. Top tier. I gotta go up for it. I'm very happy that you chose to remain on your own square and not entertain the jesters, because that's not the way it's supposed to go. You're entertained, not the other way around. So
Mm.
you know, um, yeah, I admire that. Because my road rage,
Your tube rage on YouTube?
my tube rage, well,
No.
I would have lit him a new one. But we're evolving. We're evolving. But no, I do appreciate that, because there are many, many lessons to be learned in this. And I just know that somebody is mad, because a response was expected, I'm so sure. Like, I'm talking about sitting there, biting nails, waiting. But I'm glad you just like, nah, not even gonna give you satisfaction. So,
Mm-mm.
I definitely appreciate that. And I appreciate the platform that you built, and how you're not going to let a temporary satisfaction, you know, cloud anything that you've accomplished over here. Like I said, like I told you already, like you on a whole nother level, So they wish is all I can say.
Listen, you wish, and you wish you could do this. I said you wish. My
You better
Deltas
give us
know
a cheer.
you wish, and we would throw it up in college. You wish you could do this, y'all. That's my Delta stuff. We used to do that to the AKAs. It's all healthy banter.
I
It's
love
all
it.
healthy banter.
I love it.
Listen,
Real funny to me.
thank you for that great reminder. Let me tell y'all something. So I took Dr. Melody Cherie's property preservation course, and honey, when I tell you lucrative industry, the work and the jobs are coming at me so fast, so quick. I almost quit 3 times. I
Mm.
swear. I almost quit 3 times because I was like, oh, hell no, I can't do that. Oh, my Lord, Jesus. They want me to do what? I'm for real. Listen, so I kept hanging in there. It was the hardest thing because I'm in an industry that I don't have any solid experience. So growing and learning can be extremely uncomfortable. And the easiest thing to do is to quit and pretend that it never happened. So we finally rolling now. We good. We done bought generators, everything we need, air compressors. Now we're
Lord,
girl,
girl, I got to
listen.
call you, because I ain't quit. I just like, oh, I got to
Girl.
put a pause on this real quick, so I can get really into it the way I want to. Because I took that class too. Excellent class. I recommend it. It's a stream of income in a $1 billion industry, and there are people here to help. But I am one of the people that be forgetting to even ask for the help. So
Shit, not me. I was blowing people up. Help. I don't know what this means. Oh my God, they told me to do this. And finally, I just said, you're going to have to ground yourself and do your research
Yeah.
and get uncomfortable. But check this is where I'm going with it. And I see you, Moments of Grace. You're up next. I see you. Um, Child, you start one of the things that Dr. Melody teaches in her course is to build your team slowly. Build it quickly, but slowly. You need to
Mm,
assess everybody and you got to trust your intuition. We talked about that a few weeks ago around people.
yeah.
How do you know? Trust your intuition. What does your body say about them? Are they still in your head after that conversation? That may not be a good thing. So,
Mm,
anywho, we got the crew rolling, y'all. I got this one crew. They are badass and they're young. Listen, don't sleep on millennials and Gen Zs because some of them can work their ass off and outshine these Gen X and boomers. So, I got this bad team. Then I had this other team that's highly experienced. And I started to notice with the quote unquote more experienced team, he was cutting corners and he was upcharging me by three. I didn't know no better. Whatever price he
mm,
was asking, I was giving it. And then my husband is my quality control guy. He's out there. He's going to check everything you do. And he started to notice he didn't rebuild that frame around the door because he didn't da 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 da. We paid him da da da. And he said, at first I said, I'm going to confront him. Watch, safety in a pause. And I'm going to let his ass know I know what he's doing. Because, see, we speak both English and Spanish. You see
mhm.
how good God is? Increasing
Okay.
our territory. We can speak both English and Spanish. So I said, I'm going to confront him and I'm going to let him know. And I was ready. And then I got home and God said, pause. Don't say nothing. Now, I got to tell y'all in my way. God said, don't say shit. He gonna learn. Don't give his ass no more work.
Period.
Cause look, we paying our crews $1,500 a day. That's how well we're doing. Okay, for one
Mm.
day of work.
I'll begin with you offline. Say less.
Listen, God said, don't say nothing. Let him miss you, baby. That man has been calling every day. You have work. You have work. Sorry, no, we don't have any work for you. Cause you
Mm,
gonna learn not to take advantage. That was a very expensive mistake. And you may have gotten me once, but you will not get me twice. And as a matter of fact, you can't sit with me. I'll never use you again. And I wanted
mm.
to say that based on what you shared. And with that being said, welcome, Moments of Grace.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Queen. Good morning, Palace. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
You know what? Bless you, Queen, because I'm not gonna lie, I needed this little lift me up, and there's something I wanted to just come on stage and maybe express or give a different point of view to the Palace. So the taking a pause as well as who you with, right? I've just been on a 6 to 8 month journey. I lost my job in November, started on my personal projects, got another job in January. Blessings, was not the job for me. Quite a unique, challenging environment. No longer working again. The reason why I'm, I guess, explaining these two experiences is because to me, it takes a moment. It's a part of taking a pause in things. I've lost my job in the past, and it's put me in a place of anxiety. Have to find a job, have to do this, have to do that, and not realizing that it was God that was pausing me to just self reflect, stand still, and reevaluate what I wanted to do in my life. There were personal projects that I wanted to take care of. I wouldn't have been able to do it in the job I was in for 5 years. And I was given the moment, the space, and the grace to do it and to start it, which I'm so grateful for. Um, but I pivot from that experience to friends and my circle. And I had, or I thought I had, a good circle of friends that I cultivated through my employment. Now, real talk, people, just because you work with somebody doesn't mean they're your friends. Let's really,
You better
really,
say it.
they not your friends. You don't know the angle. You're the friend in the moment, maybe for the season, whatever it is. And I understood that. But I think there were a couple of relationships that deeply evolved. We knew each other personally, we helped each other in personal ways. And I lost my roll, the one in November. And ain't it funny how I ain't hear from nobody? How you doing? Did you get a new job? Do you need anything? And I had to step back and say, I had to take a pause because what I really want to do is cuss them out. Cuss them out good. Hey, when you were there, I helped you. I'm a giver. I'm a giver through and through. I'll go to a fast food place and buy like the whole line during lunch hour, the drive through and pay for all their meals because I believe in paying it forward and just giving to people when you don't know what people are going through. And God was like, you need to take a pause. Don't do anything. Don't say anything. You've reached out. You've done everything you needed to do. I said, okay. And I ended up speaking to a true friend that I cultivated from this job for 5 years. And he asked me, he said, hey, I got a question. What's going on with you and so and so? And I said, well, what do you mean? He says, I noticed that you guys aren't speaking. I said, that has nothing to do with me. I don't know what's going on. I reached out. I gave him the examples, and he said, let me tell you something. Don't do anything. Sometimes friendships die. Sometimes you have to mourn them, and it's okay. And we started speaking about things going on in my life, and he said, God has, this is tough for me to say because I'm still dealing with it, but God has actually removed you and isolated you from your people or who you thought were your people. It doesn't mean they are or are not any longer, but at this moment, you have to stand alone and you don't have your group that you can talk to because they're not ready for the journey you're going to go on, as well as they may not be able to sit at the table you're eating at now because you are growing in ways that they may not like because you're reflecting things on that about them to themselves. And so I'm going to wrap it up, but I say all that to say sometimes when you're going through see who you with, there might be a moment you're by yourself and it doesn't feel good because it's hard. Like, who do I turn to? What do I do? Who do I talk to? And sometimes it's because you need a moment for yourself to reflect, really look about around the people, friends, family, and foe, how they treat you, how they're moving, how they're checking up on you. Who do you want to be for everybody else in the future while you're protecting yourself and you're feeding yourself and you're strengthening yourself? And just in case you do lose who you're with, it's not a bad thing because you're going to start gaining everything in the future. A new tribe, or sometimes the old people that actually grew, and you reconnect. And it's a scary place to be in, um, but it's it's challenging. But at the end, when you realize everything, it's quite
Amen.
fruitful. And
Amen. And
so I wanted to share that.
thank you so much. Some people say you were telling their story. Listen, let me say this real quick because I got to go and I got to wrap up. You ain't supposed to be with all them people anyway. Hell, the disciples, when they went out in twos. Although they were 12, they were sent in twos. And they were sent out in twos. So sometimes we're just losing. I mean, I'm not gonna say losing. I like how Moments of Grace laid that out, but there's no losses. There's only opportunities or lessons. You can't lose what's yours. A real friend is going to be there. That could have been an associate. It doesn't make them a bad person, but that season may be over. It may be time to part ways. And sometimes what happens is we stay too long, and that's when it gets ugly. When you should have left a long time ago, right? When we start look, you know what? When this happened, when I felt that, when I saw that look, and when I felt like you were being shady, that's when I should have left. And sometimes we overstay our welcome, and it becomes uncomfortable, like labor pains because it's time to go, baby. It's time to push through. So that's another thing when she's saying in the pause, because also in the pause, she's reuniting with herself and her projects and her personal passions. What are your thoughts, Journey to Jasmine?
Look, I was about to type my thoughts in the chat. I was gonna say, people come along for reasons, seasons, and lifetimes, and it is really up for you to discern who is who and their purpose there, and do they even serve a purpose? Because sometimes people serve no purpose other than to drain you, but because of other, I don't know, vanities or things like that, we let people who should not be there stay way longer than they were supposed to, if they were even supposed to be there at all.
Mm.
You know?
And I think one thing I hear people say, they weren't a good friend. We have to be a good friend to get a good friend.
Ooh.
Some of us got some work to do.
Mm.
Some of us got some work to do. Everybody around us ain't bad. Sometimes you just not ready.
Yep. Mm. That's real.
Oh,
Sometimes,
let me go to these
sometimes
super
people are a
chats,
mirror.
baby. Let me go to these super chats because I see y'all storming out of them cubicles and offices and going on break. Hold on.
I need $131. So I can go ahead and pay for my phone bill online instead of going into the store and paying it. If y'all don't support me, if y'all don't, you know what I'm saying, then that's okay. I'ma just not even ask anymore. I'ma just not even be on Instagram. Y'all not gonna hear from me ever again. Y'all not gonna hear from me no more.
And the lie detector determined that was a lie. Because Shamar, we be hearing from you all the time about that damn iPhone. Don't we? Don't we be hearing from here? But listen, thank you everybody for your generous contributions. Stacy Horton, baby, put it down. And she gifted 5 Queen Shiba Darling memberships. Thank you for your beautiful tithe and offering to the palace. Congratulations to the lucky recipients of her kindness. We appreciate you, Stacy, who's also a priority panelist. Kathleen Fullwood. Oh, Kathleen got that money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. You know what, girl? I got to give you a little bit of pizzazz. Give me 1 second.
All right, the palace. It's time for I Said What I...
One, that ain't the one. Hold on.
Oh, baby.
Llama, red pajama, Risa story, Risa mama keeps his baby hurt.
Right,
Llama,
Kathleen.
go downstairs. Llama, red pajama, feels alone without his mama. Baby llama wants a drink. Mama did the kitchen.
That's my jam. Thank you, Kathleen, standing on business, honey. You know she in corporate America with that name, Forward. I got a funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion you got that money comes to me, flowing effortlessly, Kathleen. Y'all know I like to get silly. We appreciate you, Queen, for your generous donation. Listen to the palace. Tasha Vaughn gifted 5 Queen Shiba Darling memberships. Y'all, we not stingy over here. For our cups runneth over. As you can see, our goblets, the Queen's goblets, they runneth over. They runneth over. Miss Price 60 coming back. She stood on business this Saturday and she came back again and she's blessed us with the 50 piece, y'all. And she says, thankful for pause because it would not have been good. That's true. And I got to go back and read Kathleen's. Kathleen says, God bless you, Queen. Thank you, Kathleen. It would not have been good. Miss Price. It would not. And you know what? Thank you. So crafty lion with a 10 piece and a pepper says, working and listening from the bushes. Like the song says, stop, look, and listen to your heart. Pause is often required. Yes, tell it to my heart. Yes. Diane says, Queen, I took the course. I'm going to come back to you. I want to answer that. All right. Lita with a 20 piece and a pepper. She says, I saw you on Mel's live and Mel spoke on practicing. I'm sorry. I saw you on Mel's live and Mel spoke on practicing controlling your emotions. And today, Queen, you've done just that. Continue to walk in your purpose, sharing your knowledge, wisdom, and love. God is love. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I appreciate that. Thank you. Moments of grace. Damn. Gifted 10 Queen Shiba Darling memberships. Y'all, these people are so generous. They say water seeks its own level. I appreciate you, Moments of Grace, and everybody else that was propelled to bless those that are lurking. in the bushes, those that are outright with Queen Sheba Darling membership. So congratulations to you if you are the lucky recipient of one of those memberships. Moments of Grace, congratulations. I didn't even know I had a membership for 16 months, but she's been a member for 16 months. She says, thank you, Queen. I dropped down quickly because I wanted to give membership so that they could receive the nuggets that I received from you and your palace. That is so kind. We appreciate you and thank you. Kim Green, welcome.
You know, I had to spin the block, Queen. I always spin the block.
Yes,
But
you do.
I'm if it bothers anybody, don't charge it to my heart. But I was just sitting up here, just taking my time with God and with you and listening and everything. Don't nobody want to be around anyone that's not on a higher level, peaceful level, another level, that's growing. Who wants to be around stagnant? You know what I'm saying? We'll reach back and help the ones that God tell us to help to pull course we'll do that. But I'm not looking to be around anybody that's, I don't want to sound wrong, but that's not going the right way or stagnant. Do you understand what I'm saying, Queen? I don't want to be
Mhm.
around people that don't want to persevere. I want to lift up. I want to be around queens and kings that's about that business, is about that black business, about that black excellence. You know what I'm saying?
Come
I
on.
want to be around strength. I don't want to be around someone bring me down and making me feel like I'm not, wealthy enough. I'm gonna speak wealth into my life. I'm gonna speak it so much that I'm gonna give 50 memberships. I'm speaking over my life, what I'm going to be doing and what God has me to do. And I love you and keep staying on your level. And everybody get that $9.99 and $10 membership. Love y'all.
Thank you, Kim. I love me some Kim Green, baby, when she come up and talk. I really appreciate her. I really do. Listen, um, somebody said, Shamar, Shamar, hold on. Miss Queen says that Shamar says he gets her every time because he tells his audience, you can't afford to give me $50. I love Shamar. I always like the underdogs. But listen, let me say this real quick. When she says stay on your level, let me tell you something. The best way to stay on your level is to be discerning. Y'all can't be around everybody. Because a lot of times when you receive your purpose, your assignments, your talks with God, I'm not talking about prayer because most prayers involve you talking. I'm talking about where you're in a position to receive. That has to be stillness and quietness. And a lot of us are not willing to isolate to receive. I'm going to leave that with you. You got to be able to detach and isolate to receive the answers that you're seeking, how to work through problems, how to overcome stress, how to have tough conversations, which approach would best serve you. Check your emotions. Is it my ego or is it really an offense? All of that. You got to detach. Even when you're calling people for advice, it's always going to come down to you versus you. You versus you. That's all I'm saying. And people will come and they want to look. Everybody's attracted to light, but you can't give yourself open and make yourself readily available because people will pour into you what they have going on. Where are you going to put that? That's all I'm saying. It's okay to give people a good word, but you have to make sure that you are very, very discerning about how accessible you are to folks, especially folks that haven't changed, folks that ain't doing nothing different, that's still doing the same old, same old. You mean to tell me you're not savvy enough to pick up on that and say, you know what, don't call me no more and ask me for don't tell me nothing else about what's going on YouTube because you always in some. You know what? Don't tell me nothing about that lady at work. Because I told you don't respond to that email. And you did it anyway. You don't need my wise counsel. You just want to hear yourself talk because you ain't listening to nothing that anybody is telling you. So you have to immediately exit the premises. Not saying they're not a good person. We just can't ride together this time around because you're not coachable. A fool despises correction. A fool despises wisdom. And y'all got to stop staying so long. and giving people access to you and all your goodness and your experience and your advice when they're not listening. Let me go to these super chats. Was I in the middle of super chats or did I do them all? I think I did them all. Okay, so listen, I wanted to. This is my last thing. I wanted to come back to something. Diane Sanders, I think you're talking about the property preservation course. She says, Queen, I took the course and am having problems finding workers. I jumped out there too fast. I didn't what? Journey to Jasmine, what they say?
I didn't listen.
Say that again.
You know what? I think they heard me the first time. No, I
Okay.
didn't listen. No, I was playing. I did not listen.
Okay, Diane.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you need is in that pamphlet. You said I didn't listen. So I'm taking a break now. I only want to do inspections right now, and that's fine. But get back in the game. And this time, go through all of your instructions. That pamphlet is so helpful. A couple of times when I almost quit, I was like, let me open up this this ebook. Oh, shit, right here, she says. Oh, Lord, it's been here. Get back in the game. Get back in the game. Sorry, that's my phone, y'all. Any other last minute thoughts, Journey?
No. Well, let me say this. I definitely respect, like, even I more and more through our talks and, you know, these coffee talks and all this, not that I didn't even respect before. I think I was about to say I respect more, but it's deepening or sinking into me more about how powerful and how important the pause really is. And like you said, just not just praying, because like you said, that's talking, but actually meditating, getting quiet, tuning out all the noise, and really letting things settle in and hearing what is being said from the Most High, all the people that the Most High has put around you, all of that. So if I've taken nothing else from this, I've taken a deeper respect for the pause.
Thank you, Journey, for being so open and vulnerable. Thank you. It actually works. Now, it can be uncomfortable because your ego is going to be trying to push through, but it actually works. Exit stage left says, wow, a good friend called to ask me if she should leave her husband. All I could say was, baby, take it to God. Because when I tried to tell her, don't marry him, she didn't listen. You know what? Listen. That was a great move, in my opinion. That's a great move, in my opinion. And I'm going to give y'all one more thing on how to become uninvolved and how to detach. The more questions you ask, the more involved you become. Sometimes when I'm talking to my husband about something and he'll say, did they do ABC? I said, I don't know. I didn't ask. The more questions you ask, the more involved you become. So if you don't want to become involved, don't ask a lot of questions. Okay? Mixie Legend says, I love these last minute thoughts that go on and on. That's Black people for you. We the best, yeah, ain't we? Okay. Yes. Mixie. Listen to Mixie. Listen, Mixie. Okay, Mixie.
Damn, that ain't
All right.
if that ain't Black folks on the phone, well, I ain't want nothing.
I ain't want nothing.
2 hours later.
I ain't want nothing, child. I guess I'm gonna let you go. All right, girl. But all right. Good day, everybody. God bless you all and have a fantastic Tuesday. And thank you for tuning in.
Peace, Queen.
All right. Have a good one.